Hi Brooke, so today we're going to be taking your blood pressure right now, your sitting blood pressure. I'm going to find your occlusion point first. I'm going to be taking this blood pressure cuff and placing it above your antecubital fossa, about 1 inch above that, right here. So I'm going to be finding her occlusion point, and at that point I'm going to bump it up above, or 30 millimeters of mercury above that number. Okay, so I found the number to be at, the systolic blood pressure to be at 118, so I'm going to add 30 millimeters of mercury to that, which is 148. At this point, I'm going to be taking your actual blood pressure. Alright, so during this time, please refrain from talking and keep your feet firmly planted on the floor and just relax, alright? Okay, so after releasing the cuff at about 2 millimeters of mercury per second, your blood pressure was at 118 over 62. Okay. Now I will be doing a pre-assessment, taking your pulse rate and your oxygen saturation for the next 30 seconds, okay? So I'm going to be placing this pulse oximeter on your finger. And then go ahead and relax for me. And I'm going to start the timer right here. Alright, so right now your pulse is at 84 and your oxygen saturation is at 98. And during this time I was taking your respiratory rate and I counted 6 breaths in 30 seconds. So multiplied by 2, that's 12 breaths per minute. Alright, next I'm going to show you this dyspnea rating scale, which is a scale that rates your shortness of breath from 0 to 10. 0 is going to be nothing at all, you're not going to feel out of breath. At around 3 to 4, you're going to feel moderately out of breath, and at around the number 7, you're going to feel pretty severely out of breath, with 10 being maximally out of breath. You're not going to be able to do any work or function at all. So can you go ahead and explain this scale back to me so that I know you understand?
Sure, so this is the dyspnea scale. It rates the level of shortness of breath that I'm at. It goes from 0 to 10, 0 being nothing at all, about 3 and 4 being about moderate, 7 it's getting more severe, and up to 10 it's maximal, completely out of breath, won't be able to do any more work.
Amazing, good job patient, thank you. So now we're out here, we're going to be doing the 3-minute step-up test. This is a submaximal exercise that tests your VO2 max, which is basically your oxygen intake, your consumption during this exercise, just to see how hard you're working. Okay, so I've cleared the testing area and I have all the necessary equipment out here, and I'm going to demonstrate how you're going to do it. So I'm going to be setting a metronome to 96 beats per minute. At each beat, you're going to be taking a step. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then you're going to be doing this for 3 minutes straight. At each top of the minute, I'm going to be taking your pulse rate, your O2 saturation, and your dyspnea scale rating. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, Brooke. So now we will begin the testing. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Do you hear the beat?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, begin. All right, your pulse is at 90 and your saturation is at 97. What is your dyspnea rating scale right now?
2.
2? Okay, continue. And what is your dyspnea rating right now?
3.
3? Okay, and your pulse is at 102 and your oxygen saturation is at 97 still. And time. Okay, go ahead and stop for me. And immediately following the exercise, I'm going to be taking her pulse rate, her oxygen saturation, and her dyspnea rating scale. So her pulse right now is at about 107. Her O2 saturation is at 96%. What would you rate your dyspnea scale at?
About a 4.
About a 4. And then I counted about 16 breaths in 30 seconds. So I'm going to multiply that by 2, which equals 32 breaths. Okay, and now we're going to be taking her blood pressure immediately after exercise. Okay, go ahead and hold this for me, please. And then during this process, please don't refrain from speaking, and then keep your feet firmly planted on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right, Brooke, your blood pressure was at 128/62.